Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up. Really enjoyed getting back on the air yesterday, and glad you're with us. And I talked about, the cards and letters that were coming. That's just a phrase I wanted to share with you folks that don't understand what I'm talking about when I say thanks for the cards and letters coming. The old time preachers on the radio shows, and I had a great uncle in South Georgia, Bainbridge, at the radio station. He'd have a show every Sunday morning. And they'd always say at the end, God bless you, and thanks, keep those cards and letters coming. Well, they like the letters better because folks have put some money in the letters, and that's how they supported the old-timey gospel radio shows throughout the South, and I think some in the Midwest. But that's a phrase always stuck with me, the cards and letters. But now it's a text, the emails, and the messages and all you send. But we do appreciate it. Jeff and I both appreciate the concern you've had for Jeff and the prayers sent for him. And some of y'all told me that, so we appreciate it. Now, let's move on with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and the hard-working crew up there. Folks, it's storming. It's going to be a high today. It's going to get on through here, 66 and a low of 38. Water temperature is 62.8, so it's right at 63. The weather, it's been a sort of week as rain and dried out and rain and storming again. So just be careful out there in the stormy weather. Keep your eyes to the skies. Here goes our river readings. As you can imagine, we talked about this yesterday. Look at that Apalachicola to Bluntstown. It's over 14 foot. And they have it rising even more with this last batch of rain we got coming through. It's at actually 14.2. Choctaw Caravelle, right at 10 foot. It's about to hit 10 foot, and it may level off a little bit tomorrow, but it's going to be high. So got high water coming, so be careful out there. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Deep tide today. We're looking at not much going on. A little bit, they say high at 12 and low at 9:25, but there's just not much going on. But the wind is going to have a difference. Now, the wind's going to be coming out, well, as it comes through, as all this front comes through and the storm comes through, it's going to be blowing hard, which would be west-southwest at 17. Now, the big thing about the weather, we got the situation where when it finished raining, that wind is really good about drying up some areas, but especially the large puddles, it sort of dissipates it. I don't know if you ever noticed that in nature, but I've always enjoyed having a strong wind after a heavy rain. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. One of the things I missed last week to announce while we were off the air, I wanted to wish last Friday was Jerry and Carolyn Forehand's 53rd anniversary. So, in fact, it cost us a fishing trip because we planned on fishing that day, but he had to do what he should have done, spend some time and had a good anniversary, a happy anniversary, you too. And we'll go fishing maybe this Friday or Saturday, whatever. We got a lot of pictures. I won't get through all of them, but we'll get started. This is going to be Lee Walters. He's the director of facilities with Bay District Schools. A big job out there, big responsibility. Does a great job with it. Lee loves to hunt, so we'd like to talk about his hunting activities. So here he is. He came through Cottondale. He was out there. He's got a place, an old family farm. He's third or fourth generation, I think, his family farm up there. And let's see, we'll get up there. Here it is right here. He sent this to me. Cottondale came through this morning. Lee got him two nice bucks. Good job, Lee Walters. All right. Let's move on. Bo Rollins sent this. Please book Ava Davis on your show with her nice buck. She was look at there. Okay, she was on top. Let me see. She was on top of the world. The spirit of wild and free. So here's a picture of it right here. Isn't that a great picture? I know she was excited. Nice buck there, Ava. All right, we got it coming up right around the corner. I say around the corner, about a month away really, but go ahead and put it on your calendar. If you're like me, your calendar fills up pretty fast. This is Big River Classic at a Neal Landing in Bluntstown, the 24th and 25th, and it's going to be a big catfish tournament, and there's all the information there. And lines out at 9 a.m. See, this is one that starts on Friday. like at 1 p.m., the captain's meeting, lines in at 4 p.m., Friday afternoon. Fish all night, and your line's got to be out at 9 a.m. So, cool. The Apalachicola Big River, on the Apalachicola River. Oh, here we go. This is Billy Grantham said this. Word is a conversation you have with yourself about things you cannot change. Prayer is a conversation you have with God about things He can change. Good job, Billy. Valerie Taylor sent this to me, okay? My son has special needs. He went on a trip with Camel Dreams this past weekend. He's never been hunting before. He killed a 7-point. Just wondering, could be on the show. He and Derek Fussell. He's friends with Dominic Peck also. Check it out. Is that not a nice buck? Congratulations. Do you see the stand behind him, that big old field planted? Good job. Proud of it. Okay. There's old Derek. Thank you, Derek, for taking him hunting. Good job. Mike McGraw. This is interesting now because we've talked about this all the time about catching pompano year-round. But here's Mike. I have caught pompano in every month except January until now. My buddy Jeff Stewart stopped by and we hit the surf around 2:30 p.m. Nothing but a ray for 3 hours. Then right before dark, I got a large bluefish, and Jeff got a 16.5 inch to the fork pompano at the same time. His pompano weighed in at 3.6 pounds. That's a good size one. We went on to catch more pompano and a couple of nice whiting after dark. My first ever January pompano was late and 14.5 inches, 2.6 pounds. So yeah, we definitely stole an evening away from winter. That's the way to do it in January. But that, like I say, that's proof about catching them all year. Here's a picture right here. Mike and Jeff. Very good. That was last week. Okay. I want to put this. I had a call from Eddie White. He'd shot a deer down and couldn't, trying to get it tracked down. Remember we had these girls on the show before, If You Wound One? That's a phone number right there. It's called Headhunters. If you wound one, can't find it, we had to look up the number. I couldn't find it. I just went and found it on the social media page. Headhunters Working Dogs. Okay, that's Brittany in that group. This is my people. Okay, Reggie Conyers. I know you're watching this morning. That's a Whittle Road buck. That's right up there, not too far from Granddad's place in West Gadsden. And folks, that is a nice buck. And I told them that buck was coming on my granddad's farm. They should have let me shoot him, but they went and got him. That's a lot of old area, not too far from the state record buck. Good job, Reggie Conyers. And here's Matthew, my nephew Matthew, and his son Dylan on his birthday. I was supposed to hunt with him on his birthday, but had a previous engagement. You ever heard that before? There you go. Dylan, this is something Dylan got. Dylan's had a good year. He's got 2 or 3 bucks, I believe, throughout his season. Good job, Dylan. Dylan Chester, Liberty County High School. One more, and then we're going to take a break. Coach, here's my buddy Dave Calloway with a snook he caught this morning here locally. Thought you might like to share it on Panhandle Outdoors. Folks, that is a fine snook. And every year we show one of these. It's just really, that is a big one though right there. Good job, Dave Calloway. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. So glad you're with us this morning. We have a drum roll because we have a big announcement right here. We got this text, check it out, from H.C. Slay, Winston. Just letting you know the first Purple Martin just arrived at the Holmes Creek Boys Club at 4:30 p.m. today. H.C. Slay. Good news, H.C. That's a good sign. I hope you don't get blown away today, but I appreciate you sending that to us. Got a bunch more pictures, but I want to go ahead and start adding some of the names so we get caught up on our names. We got a, and you know something else I think we're going to do? Stick around, and I think at the end of this show, we're going to draw, since we missed last Friday's drawing, we're going to draw for last Friday. So Clay, hope you're watching and won't get confused, okay? So here we go, just be patient. We're going to try to get everybody's name in here. Lynn Alexander, Southport. Mark Bro, Mark up there in Bunker. And Alicia Bro up there in Bunker. Gracie Cobb, Fountain. Brycey Cobb, Fountain. That big old Cobb family up there in Fountain. Ty Cobb, Glad to have them. They've been watching it for years. And Brewster and Katie. All right, got y'all in there, the Cobb family. Jay Atkins, Panama City Beach. Laurie McCarter, Alligator Point of their Ball Point. John McCarter, they sent us some good pictures, and that's a beautiful place, that Ball Point. It really is. Donna Ray, Lynn Haven. John Ray, Lynn Haven. Matthew Allen Finch, Wausau. John Moore, Freeport, all over the place. W.C. Harlow, Panama City. We'll go way back. James Weeks, Ebro. Jim Kelly, Choctaw Beach. That's a beautiful area right there, Choctaw Beach. And Leslie Kelly. Good morning, Leslie. Sean Swanson, Panama City. Steve Swanson, Panama City. Sean Pittman, Panama City Beach. Steve Notensmeyer, Freeport. Stan Bourne and Delane Bourne. I think Lynn Haven, I had to put down. Greg Frady, up there in Alford. Big fishing man. Carl Kaczynski, good to have you on, Carl. Kenny Hicks, Cedar Grove. Carolyn Harris, William D. Harris. Sue Hahn, Southport. And Ron Hahn, Southport. Okay, and we're talking about Leonard Dean up at Ebro. Thomas Alexander, Southport. And Linda Dean, Ebro. We're gonna fill up our jar. Y'all keep bringing them in. We're gonna have some cool stuff to give away. So at the end of the show, we're going to go ahead and have our drawing. How's that sound? Let's move on with some of these pictures so we'll get caught up. Here we go. This is Billy sent this putting those Friday fishing reports to the test this morning. Okay, this was after we did our Friday. Every Friday, we'll do that fishing forecast. And look at here, Billy Grantham and I forgot who was fishing with. That's a big redfish. He said he caught a bunch of trout too. Good job. All right, I'm gonna read them, blow it up so you can read it. Curtis Carroll, Kyler and Traylon Beebe of Carabel caught a mess of warmouth on the Crooked River with their grandfather, Gary Beebe. If you ever watch our show when we do the big tournament out of Carabel, Gary Beebe is always around. He's legendary fisherman down in Carabel. And look at those warmouths right there. That's some good eating. That's a dark colored fish. They got a big old mouth. That's what they call a warmouth. Thank Curtis for sending that to us. This is real quick, the future of hunting in Florida when they take out a bunch of kids hunting. This is up there at Gulf Hammock, right on the other side of Leon County, or Levy County. And they just take them and I won't go through all the names and all, but it's good of them to do it. Let's jump on down to. Now, if you want to do a nature ethics workshop, it's going to be January 28th, which is this weekend at 10 o'clock Eastern time at the St. Joe State Park. It's called the Billy Joe Rich Recreation Area now. It's going to be right there, recreation area. But anyway, ethics workshop, nature ethics. That'll be interesting to see what they learn there. And also, along those lines, last year, they do this every year, but the Winter Bay Day celebration, the Friends of St. Joseph Bay Preserve, and that's going to be Saturday, February 4th. If it's raining, it'll be the next week. And we went to it last year. Remember, we got some good video from it, and it had some good food. So check it out. It's a fun thing to do. February is a hard month to find outdoor activities. Okay, just Winston, here's a couple of pictures of white squirrels. I just mentioned John McCarter down on Ball Point, and he's asking about it. So anyway, here's a white squirrel we're talking about. Is that not cool? He's got two pictures of them. Here's the other one here. That's almost an action shot. Great shot right there. The white squirrels. There's several pockets, areas. I don't know if you have any up toward the Bonifay area up in Mariana. I don't know if y'all have any. I haven't seen any pictures from there. Okay, let's see. We got same one. He sent this too. 2 eaglets, and this is a big deal. 2 eaglets in a nest at Ball Point. Again, John and Lori McCarter. And I said, oh man, I love this. Check it out, folks. Look at these little eaglets. So they've hatched out, and they're going to be looking around. So, let me mention that while we're talking about it. When we travel from here going down toward the Cape and all, through that Tyndall area, and you can do the same thing through Blackwater River, forest, and you do the same thing through Apalachicola Forest, you start looking for those big eagle's nests. They're going to be, you saw this, you've seen them before. They're huge. They really are. And a lot of times they'll come back and use it, and Gail and I found one years ago, and we watched it for several years, and we lost it during Hurricane Michael. That's what blew it away, but it lasted and lasted. And we could, and on the highway, we could see, every time we rode by, that's one of the highlights of the trip, we were looking over to see them sticking their head up. And so I know John and Laura, y'all gonna enjoy seeing that. It's really cool. And you can watch them. They love to be sort of close to the water because that's where they get their food and bring it back. And between the woods and water, they get some prime real estate when they're building their nest. I'll get a kick out of the locations. But one of the things you can do this spring is right now, try to start looking for some eagle's nests and just follow them up at Deer Point Lake. I know there's some up there, Lake Talquin, all around. So the eagles are just an amazing bird to watch. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time this morning, we're already 2:10 to 4:10 this morning, and this afternoon when the storm gets through, 2:34 to 4:34. Appreciate Blue Water Outriggers. A big announcement about tomorrow's show. I'm very excited about it. You're going to really enjoy it. Bobby Smith, who's been on the show before, and he's the best bass fisherman I think in Florida. I'm serious. He's going to be on the show, and Mason, my grandson, was in town. We were able to go with Bobby, and I took the camera, and I was able to video him catching bass number 58,000. Let me repeat. Bass number 58,000. He was like 7 or 8 short, so we went on that trip and filmed it. So he's going to be on the show tomorrow. We're going to congratulate him. What a milestone. He's going to have that journal where he documented all those catches. We're going to go over it, and that's truly phenomenal. So you don't want to miss tomorrow's show. If you're going to be somewhere, make sure you record it or watch it on YouTube. One more quick set of pictures, because this one, I know they're watching up here in Tupelo, Mississippi, up there in Tupelo. This is Wendy's principal, her children, okay? Carter, or child, and her cousin. Carter Johns, here it is right. Carter Johns and cousin Kenan Walker spent the afternoon with Pappy, who is Ken McVeigh, in this shooting house right at dark. Carter was able to take this little 8-point. Memories for sure. So this is Wendy's principal's family, and is that not a great picture? And getting to go with, look at there. It was cold. I think it was cold that night. And here it is right here. Shot on a cattle farm. That's what was the Pappy right there. Shot on a cattle farm in Monroe County, Mississippi. So it's all over the South. Good picture there. And thanks all for sharing that. Now, we'll talk about all the different things in nature. And the other day when that rain came through, we had every now and then we have a rainbow. And you know how I feel about rainbows. I just jumped outside with the phone and got a couple of pictures just to share with you. Because I only take pictures on full rainbows. So this was a full one, okay? So this is from my yard looking toward a Deer Point Lake. And I'm gonna sort of go through it. Then it became a little bit of a double rainbow. And let's see, it got closer. Okay, and then I was able, okay, watch this one now. So I wanted to go to show the full. This is on the left and going up. It's very faded. You can't see the top of it goes around a tree, and then it come back down. So that was the full rainbow, and what a beautiful, majestic sight that was. You just had to be there at the right time to see it. It sort of was fading at the time. So anyway, that was it right there. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, and the water was high. Okay, now. I've gotten word, I've got to check on it. We'll talk more about it, well, not tomorrow, on the next show, on grouper season. Someone was telling me it's going to open up September the 1st, which is going to put a lot of people disappointed because, a lot of times you try to catch grouper and snapper when snapper season opens. So I'm going to check on it. I have the fish app, and I went to the fish app, and it was closed. It's closed now, of course, we know that, but the seasons is just, they're changing yearly, and it's just something you got to stay on top of, and we'll do our best to inform you. But as you make plans for your fishing trips and all, you sort of need to know what's in the season. I know we've already booked the first Saturday of June. We've already booked it for the red snapper season with Captain Billy Archer, and we're going to be on that. So go ahead and start thinking about booking. But anyway, let's get our drawing going, okay? This is for last Friday. All right, so here's going to be a $20 gift certificate, and look at all the names in here. Okay, I went all the way down to the bottom, shook them up, and all the way from Santa Rosa Beach, Tom Baum. Santa Rosa Beach. That's a $20 gift certificate. And big red snapper, it's going to be all the way from Cottondale, Caitlin Barnes of Santa Rosa Beach and Cottondale. Okay, we congratulations. We'll go down there and tell Clay that we run a couple days late, but we're back in the saddle now and doing everything good. We talked about y'all sending us good things you do and all that. I haven't got a lot of them because we've been off air, but I saw something the other day in a Walmart parking lot. I was just so impressed. This family came out and the guy pushed it. I was sitting in the car waiting for Gail to get a couple of things. I saw the guy, and you always look at people that push the buggy back to the cart. And just to me, it just 90% of people do it. So anyway, this guy did, and then what he did then, he walked by and he turned around and walked 2-3 steps back. There was a little piece of trash right there in the parking lot. He picked up that piece of trash, and went over there and put it in the trash can. I thought, now that's good. I rolled my window down and I said, that's a good job, and I gave him a thumbs up, and he said, thank you, sir. Just little things like that means so much, and I know that just made me feel good, and he felt good about doing it. So every time you do something good, he didn't do it for someone else, he just did it because it's the right thing to do. So I know that don't have anything to do with outdoor is, but it has something to do with our way of life here in Florida Panhandle, those kind of good things like that. I'm going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate the viewership. Again, thank you for all the concern you had for all of us here, and we appreciate it. Y'all do something good today for someone else. You have a great day and enjoy the outdoors. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.